So
Okay.
Looks like we got a pretty good selection here today.
Dad!
What?
You gotta let me intro it.
Oh, well, go ahead and intro it then.
Welcome back to Dad Skills, the show where my dad, a handy boomer, teaches me, a helpless millennial, how to do things.
That pretty much covers it. Wrap.
What? Okay, today we're going to be talking about what you need in a basic toolkit for car work.
Well, we all drive pieces of crap. Your car has low miles, but it's 30 years old.
Oh, I thought you meant the royal we, like everybody.
Well,
just our family.
Yeah, this is only the people that can't afford big cars, nice cars, you see.
And if you have, mechanical know-how.
Yeah, if you can fix the thing yourself alongside the road, save you hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Now, millennials, I know they're not into money, but if
we don't have any money.
You don't have any money.
Problem.
This is the basic toolbox that I carry. I used to be a professional mechanic. Well,
but you've been working on cars your whole life.
Yeah, I've been working on cars my whole life. So this is the basic toolkit that I've ended up with just because, oh damn, this is what I need. So
what do we got?
First thing, here again, the old crescent hammer. This is an 8-incher.
So you call it a crescent hammer, most people would call it a crescent wrench.
Yeah, crescent wrench, crescent hammer, whatever it is. You want several of these guys at various sizes. That's an 8-inch, this is a 6, these are 4s. And I also have a 12, because a 12 will give you lots of, I gotta look at the right camera here. 12s will give you lots of space that, see this one only goes like, it only goes that wide, okay? Maybe that's 1.25 inches. The depth of this isn't very deep, so you can't get around big bolts. This might get you there, but a 12-inch will get you there. So
that's what I always say.
Yeah. We're back to that subject again.
Okay, what else?
Okay, I always carry a file with me, and I always put it in, because these things are like razor blades. On a new one, you just rub your hand up and down them like that, and you should feel the sharpness to them. And so that's why you put it in one of these guys.
So what would you use this for?
If you have some threads that are boogered up, let's say, and you can't get your nut on or nut off, use that little edge to cut threads with.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you can't do that with a, I may have a flat one in here. You can't do that very well with a flat one.
So this, the one that has a curve and a flat side gives you an edge too?
Yes, gives you an edge also.
Okay,
yes.
What else do we got?
We have a set of sockets.
Socket wrenches?
Socket wrenches. That's what these guys are. Now, in this day and age, you need to have metric right there, not SAE. SAE is the old one that I used when I was a kid. Those are what they call deep well sockets, and
is it really long?
Yeah, you can have the stud that goes up inside there and still get to the nut at the end. And these things work really good because it gives you a ratchet, okay, and it'll be switched and go either way. This is right and left. This, when it clicks, you're not putting any torque on. So this to take it off, no click. So it's actually moving in my hand, see?
What? Okay, so I have a nut?
You have a nut on a stud, and the stud is long. This will allow you to...
Okay, but this is for taking off nuts?
Yes.
Like your tires?
Yes.
Okay. So...
But that's a little small for actually doing your tires.
Well, what would you use this for then? Other nuts?
Other nuts like that.
Oh, that's a lug nut?
This is a lug nut tool.
Or a lug nut tool?
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay, so this is the socket wrench.
Yep.
And I'm hearing clicking, so what's this thing? Why is it clicking?
You got a nut here, right? You're going to take it off. Let's say you have a nut, this is your nut, and you want to turn it, and there's a bulkhead here, and there's a bulkhead here, so this is the only room you got to do is right there.
Oh, that's when you want to use one of these?
Yeah, because on this one here, you got to go that far, and you got to take it off, and you got to come back here, and line it up again, and do this.
Yeah.
This thing here allows you to just go tweak, 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 tweak.
What does this do?
That allows you to go back and forth, either tighten or loosen.
Lefty, loosey, righty, tighty.
That's right.
Oh. Oh.
Got it?
Okay, so this way,
Yep.
that way.
Yep.
Okay.
These things come in various sizes. 1/4, 3/8, or 1/2 inch.
Well, that's a big one.
That's a big one.
Oh, so that's the measurement across.
That's the measurement across this thing here. These are 3/8, 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch goes to a 1/2 inch. And that's why this little thing is real important to have, because it has 2 different sizes. It has 3/4 on one side, and it has, what's the other one? 7/8, I believe. 13/16. Most lug nuts are either one or the other. So you put that on there, and that's how you can take your lug nuts off.
For changing a tire.
Changing a tire, doing stuff like that.
Flat.
And this is a little bit small of a handle to do that with, because
But if you're a big, bulky, hunky person, you can do it.
Arnold can do it, but me, not so much. So I use extensions.
What else do we got?
We got your standard screwdrivers. They come in
Flathead.
flathead screwdrivers, come in all sorts of different sizes. Look at our other videos to actually see. These are flatheads. I got
Or Phillips.
or Phillips, and I think that this one changed. Yeah, this one's got a Phillips or a flat.
That's handy. Okay.
Pair of dikes. These are good snap-on dikes that I bought 50 years ago when I was a professional. Buy good stuff if you're going to be using them forever.
Wire cutters.
Wire cutters, also known as dikes, diagonal cutters.
Okay. And this would be for electrical work?
Electrical work, or if you have a clip, anything you want to pull, and if you want some leverage in there, you can use them for that.
Okay.
You can pull them out. Cotter pins. They work good for
cotter
pulling-
pins. Okay.
Cotter pins
For your wheels.
for your wheels, stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay. I like these guys. I got a full set of them.
What are those?
Box end ratchets.
Box end ratchets?
Yes. This thing here is known as a ratchet. Okay, because you can hear it go ratchet. These things here do the same thing.
Okay.
They twist around like that. You hear the click, and that's for when you get into some place that you got a long bolt or something that's you can't quite do it with your fingers, and you got a bolt that's this long, and you got to take that nut off of that thing that's that long, and your fingers just won't cut it. Slip one of these guys over it, and you can either tighten it or turn it around and loosen it.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah. Now.
Oh, it says on and off. So on is tighten, off is loosen?
Yep. Needle nose pliers. These guys never leave home without them. You get a handy dandy cutting tool for wires in there, and you also can reach into tight places and grab stuff.
Like what?
Oh, and all sorts of things. If you're reaching it like under a dash and you need to pull off a wire, if you're reaching in some place that's tight and you got to pull a wire clip that's fastened around something, you can reach up here and grab that and pull it off.
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna hot wire a car.
Well, we don't want to get into that. So that wasn't one of my specialties.
What else do we got?
What else we got in here? Scraper. Good to have a scraper if you need to pry something off, do some gasket material, things like that.
Gasket material?
Yeah.
Or like old silicone?
Yeah. Let's say your water pump goes out on the road someplace. Remember, we changed the water pump on your pickup truck?
Mm-hmm.
We used that, or a longer one. We had that blue handle, longer one to get in there and scrape most of the gaskets off. Oh, you wanted to know what you could use your sharpening this.
Oh.
Okay, that thing, they get dull, so you just sharpen them along there. That sharpens that edge. The sharper, the better. Okay.
What about, this looks handy, an Allen wrench?
Yes.
Multiple Allen wrench?
Multiple Allen wrenches. A lot of stuff comes on cars that are Allen wrenches, and you can see them. You can see that. That has hexagonal.
Oh, this one even has little tiny ones on the back,
has tiny ones. Now here again, they make metric and SAE. So you got to have two pairs of them. And I think I'm only carrying metrics anymore because my Toyota is metric.
What else we got?
This thing here is really nice to have, and there's actually 3 tools there, and it wobbles around pretty good.
What is that?
This is
Human caterpillar?
Yeah, pretty much. This is what they call a wobbly.
Like IWW?
Kind of. This is.
Oh, so this goes on your socket wrench?
Yeah, let me have the straight one here. This is what you use to get into tight, wobbly places.
So this would go.
This would go on there.
And you can
get, yeah.
Get weird.
You can get at weird angles because you're working on a car. They put stuff in small little places, so that gets you in there. Scissors. I carry a couple pair.
For your car?
Yes.
What for?
Oh, there's all sorts of things cut with them. I've trimmed the seat belt get worn. I trim them with that. Gasket material if you're broke down in Alaska someplace and all you got's a cardboard box and you need a gasket material, that'll help you.
Oh wow.
These guys here are old rusty hunks of crap that are in there. They're actually fairly sharp, but you can get some leverage on them. This gets you into tighter places, but I carry a couple pair of pliers with me.
Scissors.
Scissors, yeah, sorry, whatever those things are. Chisel. It does all sorts of things. In the old days, if you had those big front wheel bearing nuts and you didn't have a 12-inch crescent wrench, you could use that and I don't have a hammer in here.
Uh-oh.
Well, it disappeared for right now.
Crescent hammer?
Crescent hammer. This thing here works pretty good. See, they even got the little knob on it for beating stuff with it. So you can beat on things. And you can cut metal. You can use it to open undo bolts. There's just a plethora of things you can use with it. It's very, very handy to have.
And also a crescent hammer.
Crescent hammer, no, that's a pipe wrench. It's the same principle as a crescent hammer. Those are so important, and I have two of them in there. Okay, it works just like a crescent wrench, except it's a little bit wobblier. See, this thing wobbles around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to get called on, even not when I'm working on my car. I'll be at somebody's house, and they'll go, "Hey, Chris," because I do all sorts of things. You know, I'm fix things.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll, "Hey, Chris, can you come in and take a look at my leak in the kitchen?" Okay, and this is a 12 or 14, 10. But look at how wide this thing goes. See?
But this is for your car, so what are you doing with your car?
Car, you can twist exhaust pipes and crush them. You can change, if you don't have a 12-inch crescent wrench, this will get you into spots where you can do bigger, you can grab hold of bigger nuts and things like that.
Okay.
They're just real handy for taking apart, working on bigger stuff than just the 10-inch or 8-inch crescent wrench there.
Okay, so heavy duty.
Heavy duty. And like I said, I like them so much, I carry two in there. Just use them all the time.
Okay.
Crazy stuff.
So buy a good one of these.
Buy a couple of them.
And
yeah.
They don't have to be good?
They don't have to be good.
What else? Is that it? I mean, this is already a ton of stuff. How much would you say right now total you'd spend on something of this size?
Depends on if you go to Snap-on Tools or Harbor Freight.
Well, what's the range then?
Somewhere between $500 to $700 if you bought it all from Snap-on. Harbor Freight, $100 to $200.
So the range would be $100 to $700?
Depends on where you buy them, yeah.
Jesus, okay. So at least set aside $100 to get a basic car toolkit.
Yeah.
Okay, so this...
What else?
Oh my god, you have more?
Yeah. Electrical tape, black electrical tape. Doesn't have to be fancy or anything else like that. Just make sure it's not too old, that it still works.
For...
Covering wires. If you have a bunch of bare wires someplace, tape them up. You can also use it for if you have a leak in like a radiator hose, get it real clean, put electrical tape around it, and then use this clamp to hold the electrical tape. It'll slow the leak down until you get to town.
Oh, like what happened with my truck?
Similar.
That would have been handy to know.
Yeah. Yeah, a little chunk of vacuum tube like that, you're out in the road and it happens to have a leak someplace, that'll fix it for you.
And a golf tee?
Golf tee works great for vacuum hose plug. Well, my big Snap-on toolbox in the garage, I got a whole section that's just nothing but these things. And it works for small all the way up to big. So.
Wow, that's a good tip.
That's a good tip. That's it. We've run out of space. We've run out of things. This is the stuff I've gathered over the 40 years that I've been existing.
So how much would you say all this stuff cost you?
Oh boy, I don't know.
500?
No, most of this stuff is crap.
Oh.
I don't put good tools in my toolbox out there. The only thing that's really good is some snap-on stuff in there.
Because this is your traveling one.
This is the traveling one.
So don't put your best tools in your traveling kit.
Yeah, put some crap in there.
Okay.
Get yourself a piece of shit-looking bucket like this, too, to put them in. I mean, literally, this is... My dad bought this for me when I was in high school, and it's a Craftsman, so it's well built, but I painted it this hideous brown.
So no one would steal it?
So no one would steal it. They look at that and they go, Jesus, I wouldn't even put that in my truck.
How did I know that's what you're going to say?
So you don't want to, you won't want to have flashy stuff and put expensive stuff in it. Okay.
So what else?
And pair of pliers. I'd get this size. You can usually get to most places with it.
Which is
It's
size?
a 7-inch or 8-inch, something like that.
So 8-inch pliers?
8-inch pliers.
What would you use pliers for?
Pliers basically gives you more grip on your hand.
For wrenching on stuff?
Wrenching on things. A lot of these new cars, they have these, instead of having a clamp on there like this that you can use a screwdriver on to undo, they have a spring clip on there that goes around and it has two things that come up. You take them and you press on them here and you can pull the hose clamp
Oh,
off.
I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a ton of stuff. Say you're a broke college kid. You have a piece of shit car. You are starting your first basic toolkit for your car. What are the 5 things out of here that you would definitely want?
Okay.
You say like you have $100 total.
$100 total. I'd want pliers.
Maybe this.
Yep. 8-inch crescent wrench. So you might go with sockets. Allen wrenches.
Maybe this for your lug nuts.
Yep,
The
that for your lug nuts.
13/16.
Most of them 13/16ths.
13/16.
Yep.
Probably this goes with this.
Yep. And you probably want to put one of these 6-inch extensions with it. Most of the lug nuts are set in on the wheels, so you need that.
13/16 socket, an extender,
And an adapter.
and an adapter. What kind of adapter is this?
That's a 1/2 or 3/8 to 1/2 inch.
3/8 to 1/2 inch adapter. So you can put that on there. Then you can put this adapter on your ratchet.
Screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Flat screwdriver. Maybe not one that long. Maybe a little smaller.
Average screwdriver with a flat head and a Phillips.
Yeah, that would be good if you had one like this, like that other one we had in that other box. It does
reversible?
both. Reversible, yeah.
So if you're totally broke and your car sucks, it breaks down all the time, this is a manageable amount of tools to just get you off the road.
Yeah.
Or back on the
We
road.
need this. Got to throw this in because that goes with the socket set.
Okay, so screwdriver, ratchet, and some adapters with a 13/16 socket, 8-inch crescent wrench, pair of pliers, 8-inch, Allen wrench, multi set of sockets.
That's where I'd start.
This is a good starting point.
Yep.
Cool.
Or you could use. They make tool kits that come. All this stuff comes with it already organized in a little carrying case and everything. And they go, oh, you can get 101 tools here for $39.95. That's the best way to go.
Okay, but this is probably about similar price
Yeah,
altogether.
yeah. You
Okay.
could buy better equipment for $100 than you could that $39.95. Because what I found at Harbor Freight, I mean,
What's it doing Harbor Freight?
like this one here is a snap-on, and I've had it for a long, long time. It's lived a long, long time. Everything lines up. It's smooth and tight. And when you go to Harbor Freight, what they call third line rejects, they put the cheap, worst ones in the bubble packs that you don't get to inspect. Then they put the better ones in the bins where you can actually take them out and look at them and test them.
It seems backwards.
Nope,
So it's a trick.
it's a trick. They
So
give you
don't buy stuff in the packaging.
Don't buy the prepackaged stuff. It's usually worse than the ones that are in the bins. If you just buy one thing, spend a few minutes and look at it and go, oh, the needles don't line up, or the handles wobbles, or something's wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay. I'm getting really hot, so let's wrap it up.
That's it. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Cool.
Let's get to work.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. S hooks?
Oh, Dad.
I don't know if you need them.
Oh my God.